You walk into the grocery store believing the labels are telling the truth. Extra virgin sounds pure. Italian-sounding names feel authentic. Higher prices seem like a guarantee of health, quality, and honesty. You assume that if olive oil is sitting on the shelf of a major American supermarket, someone must have checked it. Someone must have tested it. Someone must have made sure it is actually what it claims to be. That assumption is where most people get burned. Behind those dark green bottles and gold-accented labels is an industry that food fraud investigators, chemists, and university researchers describe as one of the most deceptive food categories in the United States. Independent testing has shown that many olive oils sold as extra virgin fail basic purity standards, show signs of oxidation and rancidity, or are blended with cheaper refined oils that quietly strip away the health benefits consumers are paying for. Today, we are breaking it all down. We are counting through 5 olive oil brands widely sold in the United States that experts actively avoid, based on laboratory testing, sensory panel results, packaging choices, and documented quality failures. Then, at the end, we will also show you 3 brands that consistently get it right. Brands that actually deliver the purity and health benefits people think they are buying. Before we start, take a second and hit like, subscribe for more evidence-based food breakdowns, and drop a comment telling us which olive oil brand you currently use. You might be surprised where it lands on this list. Let's begin. Number 5. Newman's Own, Mezzetta, and generic store brand. Olive oils. These oils sit at the bottom of the list because they share the same core problem: inconsistency. Newman's Own, Mezzetta, and many generic store brand olive oils, like Safeway Select or similar private labels, are not always outright fraud, but they are unreliable enough that experts recommend caution. The biggest issue is batch variation. One bottle might taste acceptable, the next might be flat, stale, or slightly rancid. That inconsistency usually points to weak quality control, older oil, or olives sourced from multiple regions without tight oversight. Extra virgin olive oil depends on freshness and careful handling. These brands often lack both. Independent tastings and consumer reports frequently describe these oils as bland, muddy, or lacking the bitterness and peppery finish associated with real extra virgin olive oil. That usually signals oxidation or oil made from low-quality olives harvested too late or stored improperly before pressing. Labeling adds another layer of confusion. Many of these products use vague phrases like imported, Mediterranean blend, or product of multiple countries. That wording offers almost no transparency about where the olives actually came from or how old the oil might be. Some bottles display Italian imagery despite sourcing olives from several countries. Packaging choices do not help. Clear plastic bottles and large bulk containers expose oil to light and oxygen, accelerating degradation long before the consumer opens it. High-quality producers avoid this for a reason. Price is often the deciding factor for shoppers, but extra virgin olive oil cannot be produced cheaply without cutting corners. These brands compete on price, not purity. Experts do not always say avoid completely, but they consistently say do not trust them as your primary olive oil. Number 4, Colavita Extra Virgin. Olive oil Colavita positions itself as a premium Italian olive oil with heritage-focused branding and pricing that suggests higher quality. That image is exactly why experts are more critical of it. When a brand charges more and promises tradition, the standards should be higher. Independent testing has shown that Colavita often fails to meet those expectations. Sensory panel evaluations have identified defects in multiple Colavita samples, including fusty, muddy, and slightly rancid notes. These flavors are not subjective preferences. They are recognized defects that disqualify an oil from true extra virgin classification under international standards. Fresh extra virgin olive oil should taste fruity, slightly bitter, and peppery, not dull or stale. Chemical analysis has raised additional concerns. Elevated peroxide values and free fatty acid levels indicate oxidation, meaning the oil has degraded either due to poor olive quality, improper processing, long storage times, or exposure to light and heat. Oxidized oil loses both flavor and health benefits, which defeats the purpose of buying extra virgin in the first place. Origin labeling is another issue. Colavita frequently uses product of Italy language while sourcing olives from multiple countries. Bottling or processing in Italy does not mean Italian olives, but the branding strongly implies it. Most consumers never check the fine print on the back label. Packaging choices also work against quality. Many Colavita products are sold in clear glass bottles, exposing oil to damaging light throughout its time on store shelves. Quality-focused producers avoid this entirely. Colavita is not always terrible, but its premium image does not match its inconsistent performance. Experts consistently rank it as poor value for the price. Number 3. Bertolli Extra Virgin Olive Oil. Bertolli is one of the most recognizable olive oil brands in American grocery stores, and that familiarity creates a sense of trust. For many shoppers, Bertolli feels like a safe choice, but testing history and legal challenges suggest the quality does not consistently match the reputation. Independent evaluations and past investigations have raised concerns about Bertolli's extra virgin claims. Sensory testing has identified oils that taste flat, dull, or slightly rancid, rather than fresh and vibrant. These defects point to oxidation, aging, or olives that were already compromised before pressing. Chemical analysis has reinforced those concerns. Elevated peroxide values and other markers indicate oil that has degraded beyond what qualifies as true extra virgin. While not every bottle fails, the pattern of inconsistency is enough to make experts cautious, especially given the brand's scale. Labeling practices add to the confusion. Bertolli prominently emphasizes Italian heritage, yet many bottles contain blends sourced from multiple countries. Bottled in Italy does not mean grown in Italy, but the branding strongly nudges consumers toward that assumption. Packaging decisions further weaken quality. Clear glass bottles expose oil to light for months under store lighting, accelerating oxidation long before purchase. Extra virgin olive oil is sensitive, and this exposure steadily destroys flavor and antioxidants. Pricing also raises red flags. Bertolli is often priced above basic store brands, positioning it as higher quality. However, the production economics of large-scale global sourcing rarely align with careful, freshness-focused, extra virgin production. Experts do not always label Bertolli as outright fraud. Number 2. Pompeian Extra Virgin Olive Oil. Pompeian is one of the most common olive oil brands in the United States, found in nearly every major grocery chain. Its wide availability makes it feel trustworthy, but that scale is exactly what raises concerns among olive oil experts and quality testers. Independent testing and sensory evaluations have repeatedly found Pompeian extra virgin olive oil to be inconsistent. Some samples taste flat or muted, while others show clear signs of oxidation. Fresh extra virgin olive oil should deliver grassy, fruity notes with a slight bitterness and peppery finish. When those characteristics are missing, it usually means the oil is old, poorly stored, or made from lower quality olives. Chemical analysis supports these sensory findings. Elevated peroxide values and other markers suggest degradation that disqualifies the oil from true extra virgin standards. Oxidation reduces antioxidants and strips away the health benefits consumers expect when paying for extra virgin olive oil. Packaging choices worsen the problem. Many Pompeian products are sold in clear plastic bottles. Plastic allows oxygen transmission, and clear containers expose oil to constant light. Both accelerate spoilage long before the bottle reaches your kitchen. Labeling also creates confusion. Pompeian branding leans heavily on Mediterranean imagery, but olive sources are often unclear. Bottling location does not equal olive origin, yet most shoppers assume otherwise. Pricing adds another red flag. Authentic extra virgin olive oil requires careful harvesting, rapid processing, and protective storage. Producing it cheaply at Pompeian scale forces compromises somewhere in the supply chain. Experts consistently warn that Pompeian prioritizes volume over quality. While not every bottle is defective, the risk of stale or degraded oil is high enough that professionals recommend avoiding it. Number 1. Filippo Berio Extra Virgin Olive Oil. Filippo Berio is the worst offender on this list because it combines premium pricing, heavy Italian branding, and a long history of quality failures. Experts consistently cite it as a textbook example of how olive oil marketing can mislead American consumers. Independent testing and university research have repeatedly found Filippo Berio samples failing extra virgin standards. Sensory panels identified strong defects, including rancid, musty, and muddy flavors. These are not minor issues. Under international definitions, any one of these defects automatically disqualifies an oil from being labeled extra virgin. Chemical analysis confirms the sensory results. Elevated peroxide values and free fatty acid levels indicate advanced oxidation. Some samples have also shown markers that raise concerns about refined oil blending or aggressive processing designed to hide poor quality. The branding creates false trust. Filippo Berio presents itself as an old-world Italian olive oil rooted in tradition. In reality, the brand is owned by a large multinational food company focused on volume and margins, not small-batch quality. Much of the oil is sourced from multiple countries, despite front labels strongly implying an Italian origin. Packaging choices further degrade quality. Many Filippo Berio bottles are clear, exposing oil to light for months on supermarket shelves. Any borderline quality oil becomes fully oxidized under these conditions. The pricing is especially problematic. Filippo Berio is often priced alongside genuinely high-quality, extra virgin oils. Consumers pay for health benefits and purity, but testing shows they receive degraded oil instead. Filippo Berio represents everything experts warn against. Failed testing, misleading labels, poor packaging, and premium prices for substandard oil make it the brand professionals most strongly recommend avoiding. So if the olive oil aisle is packed with brands experts avoid, the obvious question is this: what should you actually buy? Well, the good news is that not all olive oil is broken. Some producers do it right, and these next brands consistently pass sensory evaluations, meet extra virgin standards, and deliver the flavor and health benefits people expect when they buy olive oil. Number 1, California Olive Ranch. California Olive Ranch stands out because it operates under a completely different philosophy from the brands we just covered. Instead of relying on vague heritage marketing, it emphasizes transparency, testing, and freshness, which are the foundations of real extra virgin olive oil. One of the biggest advantages is sourcing. California Olive Ranch primarily uses olives grown in California, where production is tightly regulated and far more transparent than many imported supply chains. This shortens the time between harvest and pressing, which is critical for preserving flavor, antioxidants, and nutritional value. Sensory testing consistently supports its reputation. Trained tasters describe the oil as fresh, grassy, and balanced, with a mild bitterness and peppery finish that signals healthy polyphenol content. These are the exact characteristics missing in many mass-market brands. Chemical analysis reinforces the sensory results. California Olive Ranch oils reliably meet extra virgin thresholds for peroxide values, free fatty acids, and UV absorbance. In simple terms, the oil is fresh, stable, and minimally oxidized when it reaches consumers. Packaging choices also reflect quality priorities. The oil is sold in dark bottles designed to protect it from light exposure. This slows degradation and preserves both flavor and health benefits throughout its shelf life. The brand clearly labels harvest dates and sourcing information, allowing consumers to make informed decisions instead of guessing. Pricing is fair, not suspiciously cheap, but not inflated purely for branding. California Olive Ranch proves that large-scale production does not automatically mean poor quality when transparency, testing, and proper handling come first. Number 2, Olio Santo. Olio Santo earns its place on this list because it treats olive oil as an agricultural product, not a shelf-stable commodity. Produced by Stonehouse Olive Oil in California, this brand focuses on freshness, controlled production, and flavor integrity, all things that mass-market oils routinely sacrifice. The olives used for Olio Santo are harvested and pressed quickly, minimizing oxidation from the very beginning. This short harvest to press window is critical. Olive oil quality starts declining the moment olives are picked, and delays are one of the biggest reasons grocery store oils taste flat or stale. Sensory evaluations consistently describe Olio Santo as vibrant and complex. Tasters note fresh green aromas, fruitiness, balanced bitterness, and a clean peppery finish. These traits signal high polyphenol content and confirm that the oil meets true extra virgin standards rather than just wearing the label. Chemical testing supports what the palate detects. Oleosanto oils fall well within extra virgin limits for peroxide values and free fatty acids, indicating low oxidation and proper handling throughout production and storage. Packaging reflects the same attention to detail. The oil is sold in dark bottles designed to protect it from light exposure, preserving flavor and antioxidants over time. There is no attempt to showcase color at the expense of quality. Transparency is another strength. Oleosanto clearly communicates sourcing, production methods, and harvest timing, allowing consumers to understand exactly what they are buying. This is not the cheapest olive oil on the shelf, but the price reflects real production costs rather than marketing. Oleosanto delivers what extra virgin olive oil is supposed to be: fresh, honest, and nutritionally meaningful. Number 3, Graza, extra virgin olive oil. Graza stands out because it removes much of the mystery that usually surrounds olive oil. Instead of leaning on vague European imagery or tradition-heavy storytelling, the brand focuses on freshness, origin clarity, and how the oil is actually meant to be used. Graza sources its olives from a single region in Spain and clearly states that origin without hiding behind confusing wording. This matters because Spain is the world's largest olive oil producer, and high-quality Spanish oils often outperform heavily marketed Italian-labeled products in blind testing. Freshness is a major advantage. Graza emphasizes recent harvests and quick bottling, which helps preserve flavor and antioxidant content. Sensory evaluations describe the oil as bright, grassy, and slightly peppery, all signs of genuine extra virgin quality rather than aged or oxidized oil. Chemical standards also support its reputation. Graza oils consistently meet extra virgin thresholds for peroxide values and free fatty acids, indicating proper handling and minimal degradation before reaching consumers. Packaging is another area where the brand makes smart choices. The oil is sold in opaque containers that protect it from light exposure, slowing oxidation and preserving both taste and nutritional value. The squeeze bottle format also encourages everyday use rather than letting oil sit open and forgotten. Graza is honest about its positioning. It is not pretending to be artisanal in the old world sense. Instead, it delivers reliable quality designed for real kitchens. For consumers who want a trustworthy imported olive oil with modern transparency, Graza proves that clear sourcing and fresh production matter more than romantic labels. At this point, the pattern should be obvious. The brand's experts warn against all follow the same playbook: heavy branding, vague origin claims, clear bottles, massive distribution, prices that feel premium but are built on cost-cutting behind the scenes. When tested, they fail. When tasted, they disappoint. And when examined closely, the math never adds up. Real extra virgin olive oil costs more to produce because it requires fresh olives, fast processing, proper storage, and protection from light and oxygen. When a brand sells huge volumes at bargain prices, something has to give, and it is almost always quality. If you learned something today, share this with anyone who buys olive oil regularly. Most people have no idea how broken this category is. Now hit like, subscribe for more evidence-based food breakdowns, and tell us in the comments which olive oil you trust, or which brand surprised you the most. Because once you know how this industry really works, you will never shop the olive oil aisle the same way again.